Just arrived from the drive down to a very familiar place because we're back in Swanage, and we're back in Swanage because we're meeting Darren Street's amazing person. That amazing person is Ben from GRP Connections, who you'll remember is Gabs' other half from episode 2. So I'm really excited to have a chat to Ben. I have a little surprise in store for him because I'm going to be asking him the exact same set of questions that I asked Gabs, and it'll be really interesting to see what his response is and what his answers are to those. So just about to get to the door, and hopefully he's ready for me.
Oh, hi Andy.
You're right.
Oh yeah, how's it going? All right.
I'm okay, mate.
Good to see
I'm
you.
okay.
Good
Let's
to
go
see
down. So have you
Yeah.
picked out a spot for us to have a chat?
Yeah. Let's go down.
Yeah, kind of, mate. And how does it feel to be nominated by Darren Street as his amazing person?
I love Darren. He's amazing. He's one of my favourite people in the world, and it makes me feel awesome because he's just great, and that makes me feel great. So thank you, Darren. You're the best.
Go on, let's have a look at where you're going. I'm going to have a guess it's similar to where Gabs picked out for her chat that we did.
We do have the luxury of living in a wonderful place, so yes, we
Yeah.
will.
And you're thinking, have a little point and we'll go down there.
Yeah, so thinking just down
we
here.
go round.
Oh,
There you go.
just down here on the lawn would be lovely. Does that sound alright?
Perfect. Go on then, let's get it set up. Let's do it. Yours.
It's on green.
Hey?
The little light's green.
They're taken.
Captured by everyone else, haven't they?
Right,
So-
whoa, sorry, mate. Right, just. I think that's right. Oh, I'm at an angle. Look at that.
Are you going to actually fall over there?
Hey, mate, I'm all right.
You sure?
So I limit this bit to 30 minutes.
All right.
So I think we'll be
Sounds
right in 30 minutes. So
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not sat here waffling over for ages.
Yeah.
So we're caught.
I'm
Quarter
not
past.
classically a waffler.
I know, I
we
said
should
to
be
Gabs,
okay.
we went over. Me and Gabs went over, and I was like, there's no chance it was going to be shorter than 30 minutes, ever.
Yeah.
But no.
Uh,
Right. So if I do a little clap, then I know I'll
Yeah.
be able to sequence the thing, so easy. All right, Ben.
all right. How's it going?
I'm all right, mate. So these, as people would have established by now, is my 30 minutes of questions.
Yeah.
Where we sit down, I don't edit or cut it, and whatever you say goes out.
Nice.
How does
Right,
that make
sounds
you
good.
feel?
Bit nervous, but you know.
No, you shouldn't make you feel nervous at all.
I'll be very cautious with my terminology.
No, you'll be fine, mate.
Yeah.
So when I was drafting these questions out, because obviously I spoke to Gabs, who's your other half,
Yeah.
and you both are in the same business. And I thought uniquely, I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked Gabs
Yeah, sounds good.
to see what different perspectives you give on these particular questions and on life and learnings and the business.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm going to kick it off. The first one for you. And it's not even a warm-up one.
Straight in there.
Yeah, it's
deep end.
straight in, mate.
Okay.
So I've got here, what life experiences shaped your belief in the power of relationships and connection in business?
Oh, okay. So life experiences.
What has shaped you and this particular business and why you do it?
So I think one of the things that I have always found in work, in business, in my career, is that what's really important to me is the ethics of that business that I'm working for. So I don't know if you know this, but I work for the Ethos Association for
No, I didn't know.
almost 20 years. And from the get-go, that is a company that helps young people, especially from disadvantaged backgrounds, gain access to things that they just couldn't afford to do otherwise. So they grant bursaries, they allow these children to come to beautiful places like where we're sitting right now in Swanage, the Peak District, places like that, and actually have experiences that they would never have a chance to have otherwise. And whilst not directly contributing in terms of, I wasn't funding this, being, part of that team, making those differences, was the most important thing to me. And I didn't really realise this until I actually started it. So
you don't often you don't often notice these things when you're in it.
yeah, yeah,
You don't realise the experience that you're gaining or the experience you're having when you're in it. And it
exactly.
is that whole thing when you've stepped back, or if you're lucky enough to step back at that time, great. But later in life, you step back and go, bloody hell,
Yeah,
actually, that was really good.
yeah,
And,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
massively helps me now.
Yeah. I think it's really important to like have those experiences and learn from those experiences. And I think that in terms of like shaping me as a person in business, it would
Yeah.
be if I feel strongly about what the goal of that business is, then I will work my butt off to make it happen. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's
yeah,
being committed to it. It's having that passion for doing something that you love
yeah, yeah,
and working your backside off.
yeah.
You do it because you enjoy it, and it's, as you say, that passionate bit.
It's
If you
rewarding. Yeah,
absolutely hated it,
yeah,
you're not going to put in the same effort or time and care and attention, and it'll
yeah,
weigh you down. But when it's something you love,
yeah. And actually,
it
Anthony,
makes
you're
it
a very
better.
personable person, and I consider myself quite personable as well. Um, Even so, in terms of like, I could probably go into any job or any business
Mm.
and do my bit, and kind of help that business to grow or thrive or whatever. But I just know that I'm not going to make that happen unless I have a certain amount of passion,
Yeah,
within it as well. So
but you have to, don't you?
yeah.
So I'll give you another one if you're
Yeah,
ready.
sounds
So
good.
that's a
Yeah,
warm-up one.
yeah, good
So
warm up.
it's a night. They're gentle. They are gentle, but it's interesting because you're gonna. I sense already you're going to be giving different answers to Gabs,
Hmm.
but at the heart of it, I think it's going to be the
Yeah,
same thing. The same feelings that you get and the same values.
yeah, we definitely.
So this
Yeah,
is
I
why
can
it's
imagine
interesting
that
doing the
being the
same
case.
ones, eh?
We definitely have. Yeah, we definitely share values. So that
Cool.
would make sense.
Well, here you go. I'm going to see if I can get more out of
Yeah,
you than Gabs, because
yeah,
Gabs Gabs held back a little bit, I think, on some specific moments that she could have spoke about
yeah,
and said. There's so many people that that have helped.
yeah.
After one,
Yeah,
one time,
yeah, yeah.
But so here is one of those. So can you share a moment when a partnership you helped to create, so bringing people together, because that's
Yeah,
what GRP Connections is all about,
yeah.
bringing people together. So something that you did and facilitated and bringing people together, where for whatever reason it hit you here,
Yeah.
and you just thought, bloody hell, that is gonna change both of their lives for the better.
Yeah, so are we talking like introductions that I've made? Are we
Exactly, because
talking? Yeah,
it's not you guys. It's not just make an introduction and that's that.
yeah.
You care about it.
Yeah,
So there
so
must be a few, one or two, one particular
yeah.
maybe, I don't know,
um,
where
yeah, I would say
it was here.
yeah.
You
So
know what I
well,
mean.
the one that I guess um, if we're talking the one that kind of created the most kind of impact, I guess, for maybe the two people,
Mm,
stroke the business on one side and the business on the other side
yeah.
involved, um, might be Paula Wingate to Kelly West, who Kelly
Okay.
West is the Kelly West and James West founded Only Networking.
Okay.
And I introduced Paula to Kelly, having known Paula for a while.
Mm,
Love Paula, she's amazing. Knew they'd be great connecting. Um, and they kind of got on with it in the way they do, in the way people do once you've introed them. And, I touched base with them a little bit before, but probably 6 months or maybe even 12 months later in an only meeting,
yeah.
um, Kelly mentioned it in my home only meeting. Kelly mentioned how much work Paula had done with her and James
Mm,
to improve the business, to help her to grow, to help them to grow only in the way that they wanted to grow it. And so for me, that was like, oh, because it came a bit out of the blue. I was like, because I hadn't like really spoken to them much about. I did the intro, and I
yeah.
was like, oh yeah, how things going? Like checked out a couple of times, but you know, the feedback was just like basic feedback, and then and then I heard then she, like Kelly said that in a meeting, and I was like, oh,
you realise the impact of what you've done.
Yeah,
But it's not often you do though, do it? Because it's it can be, you can normalise it for yourself because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's the point of trying to dig a bit deeper, because for some people they don't have those introductions made often. Not those the really good ones.
Yeah.
Which are game changers for both. I keep saying both because it has to be for both.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whereas you guys, you know, you yourself, Gabs, that's your day to day.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes, you lose sight of the fact that what you do is special.
Yeah, thanks.
But it's fact. But it is, though, isn't it?
Our best. Yeah.
No, but again, this is see, but that reaction is exactly right, because the whole thing for here, and I will say it in every episode I do.
Yeah.
Amazing people don't know they're amazing.
This is often the case.
And they don't see it because they're just doing what they do and they're helping others.
Yeah.
And it becomes normalised.
Yeah.
But what you do and the lengths that you go to and the care that you take in doing it is not normal. It's special.
Yeah.
And the people that are doing it, whether they vocalise it or not, they appreciate it. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
So it's this is shining light on amazing people. So you're like, oh, maybe we did this. No, like what you've done there. If you were to go to those two people you said,
yeah,
and actually what has happened just from that one introduction that you made to them,
yeah,
would you say that it has helped to transform their business? And would it be fair to say that, because Paula is, to explain, to give some context here, a coach?
She's a coach, yeah, and she's brilliant at it. And also, you know, I think within Only Networking, she impacts a lot of people, you know, day to day. And
so it's that. And there's another little note on here, and I'll save it, about the ripple effect of those connections.
Yeah.
That you can never really truly appreciate that once you've done that one connection to two, for two people.
Yeah.
How far that then goes to the third person, to the fourth person.
Yeah.
That ripple effect. And then when you look at it from that sort of bird's eye view and look down, you think, actually, it's impacted more than those two. It's impacted a whole community of people in a positive way.
It does make sense. Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's, but it is that you're like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. That's what we do. Because you're not impacting, one person's life or two people's life. You're actually, by what you do, you create and impact a whole community of lives in a positive way. And the fact you play it down is exactly why I'm playing it up. So here, on the next question here, and you'll notice there's a bit of a theme with these, because I'm a big one for talking about feelings with this, and it's not shiny things and this business or our business has done X turnover and look at what we've got.
Yeah.
That's not what's important. It's a big thing to talk about happiness.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these questions are about feelings, and so there's one on here which I'd have a read out. It says, what's one relationship or connection that changed your own life, and that's personally or professionally?
Okay,
because there's not 10 or 15 or 20. You can, for most people there are one or two.
Are we talking about relationships from any time in my life?
It'd be awkward if you're talking about one that shaped your life really well and it wasn't Gabs. I mean, and I'm saying this is the 30 minutes that doesn't get cut, so she'll see that.
Yeah.
So there's this one person I met.
So I mean, obviously, like,
Gabs.
Yeah. So tell me the question again.
What's one relationship or connection that you've
obviously
changed your own life?
Gabs, like, my life would be completely different. And 20 years ago, I showed up in YHA Castleton. Here's my going back 20 years. Working with that company. Showed up having done a season down in the Forest of Dean first, and I was like blown away by how nice it was up there. And then I walk into this bungalow. It was like shared accommodation that myself and other staff members shared. And this is weird. I've told Gabs this before, and she was like, "No, it's really not," or whatever. But I literally, when I saw Gabs, it's going to sound really crazy, but
you've gone then.
I recognised that. Like I felt like I recognised her from before. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, not. It wasn't just this there's this lovely glamorous person that I've just met, you know, and she's fab, and we have a, you know, we have fun together and whatever. It was more like, where have I known? Why do I know you? Where have I known you from before? And why do I feel like stuff's gonna happen? Like,
And when you say stuff, you mean
I mean 20
20
years
years later,
later,
not stuff,
yeah, yeah,
which may have happened. Who knows?
yeah.
We've got
So,
2 children, so
yeah,
stuff's happened.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously you could argue that the third child is of course GRP Connections, and you know, like Gabs, what she created initially and what I came into, it's just been absolutely brilliant. And she, you know, without her, like, things would be completely different and probably pretty rubbish. So, yeah. So yeah. So and I think from that point, obviously, you know, 20 years is a long time. So I mean, we've been married 10.
Yeah.
I don't want to waffle too much, but
no, you're good. Whatever you do, it'll be shorter than what Gabs did. So you're all good.
But yeah, we've been married 10, and obviously, you know, we were both young when we met, so you know, we did a lot of stuff, did a lot of travelling. Gabs was in and out of the country, obviously, because she was getting a British citizenship, etc. And but through all of that, there was always a huge, strong connection between us, you know, which definitely transcended like any other connection, you know, that I've had with another person that is not like direct family, and even then it's still different.
It's not the same.
It's different, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah.
That's funny because Gabs did say there was the one before you for her.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting. You say Gabs.
There was a Dougie. There was a Dougie love. Yeah. He didn't last long.
Go on, we'll move on. We've got another one.
Yeah.
So when I see what you guys do, and you've said it about, you know, it becomes naturally.
Yeah.
But has there been a time where you actually found it really hard to build relationships? Because it's easy when it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's easy when you're full of confidence and you back yourself and believe yourself.
Yeah.
And everyone, and this is business owners, but life in general, you're always doing that. Confidence high, confidence low.
Yeah.
So was there a time, I'm sure there was, and this helps people who are in that time.
Yeah.
How was it not being able to do what you know you could do, and what did you do to get out of that?
As in, has there been a point where I've just been like, this is rubbish?
No, it's not where this is rubbish, but it's just where you feel like you're rubbish at it.
Yeah.
You feel you feel that way, and it's just a confidence thing. It's not a skill thing.
Yeah.
You know how to do it. It is purely down to confidence, and business owners go through it, especially the smaller business owners go through it an awful lot more.
Absolutely,
because they and it's a trait where you consider how good you are at something by how busy you are, or where your sales are at, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if your sales are low and you're not very busy, your confidence is down here, but your skill's still the same.
Yeah.
So everyone goes through that bit, but it's the bit I'm interested in is was there a time, which I'm sure there was, but how did you recognise yourself? Like, how did you get out of it? And
so yes, I mean, these are great questions, Anthony. Well done. You are getting in there, aren't you?
Well, to be fair, I
straight in for the
I have asked them before.
So I mean, look, as I said, you know, I worked for the same company for almost 20 years. You know, so like changing from that to doing something that, whilst had a lot of the same responsibilities and skills, and a lot of the things that I was doing were and are the same. Yes, changing into that and like starting to like run a business that is, you know, sometimes frighteningly low on what you want it to be high on, and sometimes high on what you want it to be low on. It was, it's hard, you know, and actually, you know, I'll probably go back to Paula again. If it wasn't for Paula's, like, and actually Steve, who, you know, obviously,
he's an episode one person.
He's an episode one guy.
He's one of my amazing people.
Super, like his guidance and Paula's guidance, which were two people that, you know, they'd known Gabs longer than they knew me, but you know, I kind of like looked up to them and everything, and they very much helped me put my head into the business and not into kind of being employed for a business. Do you know what I mean? And always with that, like, I want to call it guidance over anything else. Like, neither are pushy, neither are, you know, aggressive with the way they coach or teach or do sales or anything else like that. They are both people that, you know, they can see the future of your business and they want to get you there, and they want to pull your head if it's in a place where you're struggling to cope with it, if it's overwhelming or whatever else. They're the sort of people that can pull your head out of that and set you on the right direction. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need it. It's that. I mean, Steve, he is a coach as well.
Yeah.
And it is that thing where you put mental blocks in your head for limiting yourself, limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And they see right through it.
Yeah.
They obviously see the person, they see the skill set, they see the business, and see the potential, the future, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the only reason you can't is because you've got these mental blockers in your head.
Yeah.
And they just cut through that and
Absolutely,
say, well, hold on, what you're worried about, and you've probably thought 100 times over in your head, and created it from this big to this big, is actually that big, and you can change it tomorrow if you wanted.
Yeah.
And but you need
just
somebody to say that to you to actually make it click and go.
It's really hard.
Oh, actually, you're all right.
Yeah. And actually, like now, like more recently, so I think it's been about a year now. We've been working with Dave Alderton, another coach. You know, a lot on the accountability side, but like what he's given to both me and Gabs is like, after the guidance, after that initial, like, are you rubbish at running a business, or are you going to get this business and run it well because you know you can, which obviously Steve and Paula helped with that a great deal. And then now we're at kind of more like that stage. Dave's the one that's kind of pulling our time together in a way that we feel like we're still progressing. And yeah, he's kind of helping guide us through this period, I guess, in our business, and it's fantastic. Like, again, just does an amazing job, and currently just fab. So
currently fab. Currently fab. Okay, there you go. No pressure to stay fab for longer. Then
stay fab, Dave.
Stay fab. So I've got a few more questions. We're going to get through all of them. So what have we got? I'm going to look. 11. We're halfway, which actually is slower than Gabs. So we're in trouble. Right, speed ones,
sure,
not speed ones.
Sure.
So this is what I mean about the amazing people and helping other people.
Yeah.
And so, what does it mean to you here? To be able to help people.
Well, it's, you know, what I was saying before. That is like, because I believe now that is what we do, and you know, because I understand that is what we do and what we can do. That is what drives me daily in the business. Literally, like if I wasn't feeling like we were making a difference, I wouldn't bother. So,
but that's the point, isn't it? You have to be adding value. Whatever that looks like. And go back to feelings. You have to feel it. There's one thing adding value, but if you're not in it and passionate about it and becomes very cold, it doesn't. You're adding value, but it means nothing.
I think
so. It still has to be here that you get something from it, and the fact that you guys still get that every time.
I think the community that we have in the hub, you know, watching it flourish and grow, and the connections that they're making, and it's just there, like in front of you daily. You know you're doing good. You know, because these guys are doing amazing. They're working it. They're doing it, and they're communicating with each other and working together, and
and that fills your cup. You know, it's that thing where you look at that and you just think, okay, we're doing but it's nice. It's not nice. It's amazing. That's the word. To know that that's what you've built and that's what these people get from it. That's what amazing people do, hey? So right, we're going to catch up.
No worries.
So I said about when you are making connections and you spot it. You know, this is the skill set. So what is it that? Because to you, you'll think it's normal and easy, but what is it that you do? How do you spot the potential partnerships that you know are going to be great, but other people can't see? Like, what's your
So normally
thing?
for me, I like, I mean, maybe everyone's different, or maybe some people lean towards one side further than the other side. But for me, I generally would connect people on a, are they going to like each other? Are they
It's
going to
quite
get on?
important, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but as in
yeah,
opposed to like, is this person going to do? Is this person going to create business for this person?
mm,
That is secondary,
mm,
really, for me. It's obviously, in the long run, that's what happens. That's the point to some extent. But like, if you don't get the feeling that they're going to like each other and get to know each other well, then maybe wait before you connect them, or
yeah,
because um, you're not adding enough value. Whereas if you think like, these guys, I know for a fact they're going to sit down, they're going to they're going to book half an hour, chat for an hour and a half,
that's it.
and have a great time, and then that is all part of the relationship development, which for me is the most important side of it, is to kind of see people, you know, develop personal relationships, and then
Yeah,
business can come later. You know what I mean?
it's
Yeah,
exactly that. I had
yeah,
this silly little smile appear on my face because I
yeah,
always have this very similar actually when two people that you know particularly well, but they're strangers to one another,
yeah,
and then you're in a room or a Zoom call or whatever, and it's the three of you,
yeah, yeah,
and so they're strangers, but you sit there, and they might as well be your best mates.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Them to as strangers, and
yeah,
they could
yeah,
quite easily just go and meet in a pub and have a beer and have a great conversation. And it's being able to spot that, and I think that you're right about the liking. I think it's
yeah,
more than that. Is like
yeah,
using some other keywords about trust and
yeah,
respect and
yeah, yeah,
values and whatnot. But you just know it in those people, and I
yeah,
think that doesn't come from 5 minutes of looking at them. That comes from, we use the word with Gabs about not just listening but observing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That real intent,
Experience, and yeah, yeah,
learning about them.
yeah, yeah,
That's a skill to be able to do that,
yeah,
and that's caring because you're caring about learning about them. And by doing that with each person, that's when you have that scenario where you just go,
yeah,
well, you two just need to have a chat.
yeah, 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 exactly.
And
Yeah,
it's but
yeah, yeah,
you this is the
yeah,
point with you guys make it look easy, but you've done all of the hard work before. So by the time you say you guys should have a chat,
yeah,
you already know that it's going to be great.
yeah, yeah,
It's a skill. It's like a really good,
yeah,
it is a skill. So this is the point. Amazing people don't shine the
yeah,
light on
yeah,
themselves. What you do is amazing. So what we got? I'm going to look at the time again.
yeah.
Oh bloody hell! 6 minutes.
Six
Go
minutes,
go
keep
go.
going.
So what? So what is? I'm going to take a word surprising. Maybe you put it in. But what's something vulnerable or
Yeah,
surprising that you've learned about yourself from doing this? Not this, but from doing GRP Connections.
doing GRP.
What surprised you?
I guess it is. I mean, like I said, I think I've said it a couple of times. I could never have pictured myself being a director of a small business. And I'm a director of a small
Yeah,
business, and that's a surprise.
just creeps
I
up on you.
suppose. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just
So,
look back and go, well, how did
yeah,
that
yeah,
happen?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But then you look back
yeah,
in a couple of years, and go, well, how did it happen that
yeah,
we've now
yeah,
got 100 people in our
yeah,
community, or
yeah,
whatever it may be, or
yeah,
200?
yeah. Let's
Well, how
hope,
did
yeah,
that happen?
100
What
is,
happened?
yeah,
You know,
obviously, yeah. But yeah, I mean that, I wouldn't have pictured myself like 5 years ago. Even I wouldn't have
yeah,
pictured myself in the position that I'm in now with Gabs, and two hubs especially,
yeah.
and yeah. But I'm very proud and happy that we've got to where we
I
are, and
wouldn't change
we'll
it.
keep going. Wouldn't change it for the world. Love it. Yeah.
That's the answer, eh?
Yeah,
But that's how you know you're on the right track.
yeah, yeah,
If you
yeah,
wouldn't change anything,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
there's not even a hesitation when I ask you, you're straight in.
yeah,
And for people might go, no, I wouldn't change anything. It's like
yeah,
you clearly would change a lot.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Observation, I can tell.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but no, there we are. So yeah, we talked about this one a little bit about the ripple effect
Mm-hmm.
of the community, but I didn't finish up with saying what that means to you to know that you've done that. So when you've done that introduction, and the introduction at the start we talked about, and then
Yeah,
it was with Paula with coaching other people and
yeah.
building out this community. But how does that make you feel that it's going to say you've got the power to do that? But I was talking about people's superpowers.
Yeah.
That is the superpower of you guys and what you do. How does
Uh,
that make you feel?
I just keep doing it, I guess.
Pretty cool.
I guess, yeah. I guess it makes me feel pretty cool. Yeah, I just, I just want to enjoy, what we do, and I want other people to enjoy
Yeah.
connections that I make, and it's
And just
very
do it
much,
more.
yeah, it's very much just makes me feel like good.
Makes me feel like good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, that sounds like a bit of a Borat sort of thing. Makes me feel like
Makes
good.
me feel like
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah, it's doing okay. Ah, good mate. So if I was to put on it, there's one on here that says we'll finish on it actually,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's very simple. It's who inspires you and why.
Okay, well, obviously Gabs is right up there
You've got
again.
Gabs.
Yeah, you
We've
want me
mentioned
to give you
Gabs.
two more?
It wasn't the person before Gabs. It's definitely Gabs. Gabs will watch
100% Gabs.
this, and she will appreciate it. It's definitely Gabs. But if it wasn't Gabs,
Yeah. So, as in, like,
where's your inspiration?
business-wise, where's
Just
my
life.
it's my kids, I think, Anthony. Like, is that okay? Is that a good, fair answer?
But I've got kids. It's one of the best answers.
100%. My kids inspire me daily. Absolutely adore them. Love watching them grow. Love seeing them learn new things. Love trying to inspire them in return. So yeah, that's
And that nice buzz you get from being a dad.
yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much
Yeah.
it's what it's all about for me and Gabs.
Yeah.
We one of the other reasons, apart from like helping people, helping our community, that we built, is we want to have time with our children, and we want to have flexibility to go and see them do a play on a morning that's a school day, or do you know what I mean, that sort of thing, and that is inspiring for me. Just watching them grow and helping them grow and learning about them, and
and learning off of them as well.
learning off them. Yeah.
I mean, that was the big thing, and it's there you go. Look, put this away. We're done in 30 minutes. But it's there's somebody that said to me they have older children.
Yeah.
And they're one bit of advice which sort of hits home is that you have 18 summer holidays with your kids.
Yeah.
With your kids before
before they leave. Yeah.
And she said and she was like, that is 18 at a push, because they'll get to 16 and you might not have those final 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so when we were talking, and our kids are the same age,
Yeah.
and this was a few years ago when she said it, and I was like, well, hold on a minute, that means I've only got about 10 years left and it makes you think. It makes you think, hold on a minute, I'm nearly halfway through my summer holidays with my kids, and then when you think, well, they're so young, you just don't realise about time creeping up. And so the fact that you guys, you're centering this business around giving you flexibility to do what you want to do, which is be a family and be there for your kids, is amazing. We can end on that.
Sounds good.
Hey? We'll end on that bit. So the bit that is really important, and this again is one of the purposes for doing To Amazing People, is about amazing people do things for other people. And this is a platform of me being able to shine a light on amazing people and say, how can we help you? So the people watching, how can they help you? Who is an ideal person to introduce, to connect, that will help you guys?
So we just want to develop, enjoy, appreciate, love the community that we're building, and we obviously want to grow that community. So people that would fit into a community of like-minded business owners that want to do things the right way, that are kind to each other, that help each other, that that can be friends. Anyone that someone knows who would fit into that mold. Those are the ones that we want to grow.
When you say community as well, this is online.
Yeah, it is.
So it's not limited to saying, well, it's down here where we live now.
Yeah.
This is an online community that you built. So anybody anywhere could be watching it and go, well, I'd like to be a part of that.
Yeah, I know it's a B&I thing, isn't it? You're not supposed to say anybody, but
we're not doing B&I.
Let's rephrase it. Business owners, or decision makers in businesses that appreciate the value of a strong network, people that care about each other.
Yeah.
I guess.
And just to touch on it, what you guys do essentially is make meaningful introductions and build meaningful relationships.
Yeah.
That's what you foster. And in doing that, it creates this community for everyone that comes in, so that this is my outside view of it, that they don't feel alone, that they feel supported. It's a way for them to grow as a person, and equally to grow their business. It's what you've created.
That's the goal. Yeah.
Well, it is. It's what you've created is essentially a home for these people to tap into.
Yeah.
So that, if anyone is listening to that, I hope there's lots of people, millions.
Yeah.
And that sounds great. Then they're the people I hope would contact you. Eh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. So you know how this works as well. It's called Two Amazing People.
Yeah.
So who are your two amazing people?
Yeah.
And why you're nominating them?
So we talked about this, didn't we? And we talked about the people in business, because obviously, like I said to you, and I'll say it again, like my two amazing people outside of Gabs and my kids are my best mate, the best mate.
You don't have
Phil.
to cover it. They won't take offence.
But yeah, Dan, Phil, love you guys. In business, I think the people that have affected me the most, and the people that I look up to and respect, and I think have like the strongest like values connection with, would be John Graves and Paula Wingate, who I've already mentioned a few times.
So very briefly, John is Transworld,
Transworld
Business Brokers, and Paula we've mentioned quite a few times. If you didn't say it, I think she'd be a bit bit pissed off with you.
yeah. Said all that. Didn't bother mentioning.
And it's definitely not Paula.
yeah.
And Paula, as we touched on, is a coach.
Yeah, she's a coach, and she's Brilliant. Fantastic. She understands people. She cares about people. She has the same like values in terms of the relationship is the important part of any business. Conversation or whatever, but she's just I just think she's great and could do a lot of people and does do a lot of people.
No, she's amazing.
She's amazing. There you go. And then John Graves, he is one of the most kind and ethical people that I've ever met in my life, and therefore he would definitely be my other amazing person. I think he again has a really deep caring for good people. He loves good people, and he will help do everything he can to help those good people.
Well, I think they qualify.
Yeah.
I look forward to chatting to him.
There we go.
Cheers, mate.
Nice.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Cheers. Come on then. If we go around here and it's paused. Oh no.
No, that's still filming. That's good.
Stop. No, what have I done there? Oh, stop.
All good.
Yeah. So that was a really cool chat with Ben, and I really loved asking him the same questions as I asked Gabs, because it gives us a different perspective on their relationship, their views on the business, and their path, their journey to both get into this exact same point in their lives together. You can see the chalk and cheese between the two. Gabs loves to chat, Ben's a bit more quiet, but you can definitely see they've both got the same passion and both have the same love and joy for what they're doing, and amazing person again. So let's see with the Two Amazing People community how we can all help GRP Connections and help two amazing people to grow their business. And next week will be a lovely new episode again, and I don't know how I'm going to beat filming in these locations, because every time I get to go to some beautiful places. So I hope you enjoyed, and watch the next one. Cheers everyone.